Hello and welcome back to another Homebrew EDH deck tech. This episode is Baru Wurmspeaker. It's Wurm Tribal, simply titled No More Than an Inch-Wurm. This deck is very straightforward, so this might be a shorter video. It's mono green, meaning we're going to ramp a whole bunch, play a whole bunch of creatures, and swing out and smash face. Early game, just going to want to ramp, and then ramp some more. We got Elvish Mystic, Cultivate, Sky Shroud, Claim, Harbor Elf, all the usual green rampy things. Mid game is going to be pretty simple. We're going to set up and then we're going to hold some interaction. We don't have a lot because we have no blue or no red, no black, anything like that. We have some in green, some decent pieces, but the setup is fairly simple. Emerald Medallion will reduce our green spells. Concordant Crossroads will give our creatures haste, and Akroma's Memorial being one of the best cards in the deck, giving our creatures flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, protection from black, and protection from red. That's a lot of stuff, but it's pretty good. And only at 7 mana, which sounds expensive in other decks, but in mono green with the amount of ramp that we do have, it shouldn't be overly difficult to get that out. In terms of interaction, we don't have a lot, but we do have Force of Vigor, which is one of the best cards in the format. We've got Autumn's Veil, and we have Return of the Wurmspeaker, which can either draw us a whole bunch of cards or pump up our team for the win. And speaking of winning, it's just done straight through combat. We've got a whole bunch of worms. Our commander makes them even bigger and gives them all trample. And then we just go bonk, bonk, bonk. And eventually everybody else will get crushed underfoot, or I guess under body, because worms don't have feet. So that's pretty much it. Price point, pretty budget friendly. It's $143.72 at the time of recording. Final thoughts, there's a bunch of ramp, and it's probably a little dense in the creature selection. I haven't modified this since I built it. We do have 36 creatures in this deck, which is a little high generally for most decks anyway. It's definitely pretty easy to build cheap. A lot of the worms aren't super expensive except for like Worldspine Worm and stuff like that kind of run up the price just a little bit more than other ones. Other than that, MVP of the deck definitely goes to Bellowing Tangleworm, and the close second is Worldspine Worm. So Bellowing Tangleworm is, well, obviously a worm for 3 green. It's a 4/4. It has Intimidate that says this creature can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and or creatures that share a color with it. And then it says other green creatures you control have Intimidate, so it's pretty good for getting in all that extra damage. And like I said, the close second for that is Worldspine Worm in the MVP slot. It's 8 green, so 11 mana for a 15/15 with trample. Again, it's another worm, so it would be a 17/17 with trample with Baru out. And when it dies, we get 3 5/5 green worm creature tokens with trample. And then when it is put into the graveyard from anywhere, we can shuffle it in. So if we get it milled or anything like that, it just shuffles back in, and we can get it back later in the game if we need to. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this deck tech, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next week. And until I do see you again, take care, and have a good one.